but it's kind of serious. Before I start reading poetry, I just want to read a little bit. A strike, as many of you know, is about wages, it's about workloads, it's about 0 hours contracts, and it's about equality, gender and ethnicity, equality pay. But it's really also about the underpinning future of higher education, really, and it's kind of the death of it in terms of quantification, privatisation, but also, I think, a kind of professional class of people who are running it who have no sort of interest in what education means as such beyond it being a commodity. So I just want to read a little extract from, some of you might know, The Undercommons, Fugitive Planning and Black Study by Stefano Harding and Fred Morton. There's page 26, they go, the only possible relationship to the university today is a criminal one. To the university I'll steal and then I'll steal, to borrow from Pistol at the end of Henry V, as he would surely borrow from us. This is the only possible relationship to the American university today. This may be true of universities everywhere. It may have to be true of the university in general, but certainly this much is true in the United States. It cannot be denied that the university is a place of refuge, and it cannot be accepted that the university is a place of enlightenment. In the face of these conditions, one can only sneak into the university and steal what we can. To abuse its hospitality, to spite its mission, to join its refugee colony, its gypsy encampment, to be in but not of, this is the path of the subversive intellectual in the modern university. If you haven't read it, it's freely available online, digitally. Okay, so I'm going to just read a couple of poems which are now, I think, sort of our suburban collection, which actually 87 Press going to put together, 2 about London and 2 about Delhi. The first one is called Open Heart, and the only other thing to say about that is I have a metallic heart valve. When it's really quiet, you might even hear it. It's called Open Heart in the memory of the Grenfell dead. There must have been an explosion, an eruption somewhere, from the beginning of time, as time, and thus yet beyond time, neither time nor time, indeed displacing time. Before beginning, cavernous and massive, fractal infinitely so, an earthquake or a volcano, a black hole in the whiteness of being, in the being of whiteness, all the disaster now and yet to come. It's an epigraph from Nairn Chandler, and this is me. The silence walked as if time had stopped, out of time, the charred tower, tomb to the dead, a black obelisk haunting the city, cries reverberating across the shattered dreams. We came to live and live and lived, we loved and die and die, and died together, tick, tick, tick. My metallic heart valve missed a beat, burning tower, heart bleeding, remains remaining, impotent TV similar Acra, cacophony of media guilt, lost in the smoke of hypocrisy, grieving souls, sounding grievance, enclosed in furnaces of speculative finance, flesh off the bone, suffocating abodes, I can't breathe. Cinders remain, lives alone, together as one, you and me and us. Let them burn, rich stealing life, white lies, capital murder, death traps, rage rising, hearts beating faster. Sonny said, Dad's death broke your heart. Dad's open heart, open broken heart, dead migrants, dead labour. There's no fire without abstraction. Tick, 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 broken hearted, the tower of Anti-Babel, the open heart of Notting Hill, refusing accumulation by dispossession. Dubstep to other syncopations, information, deformation, deformation. The base infrastructure of sociality, opacity of nothingness, the dialectics of nothing is more or less than one. The bleeding heart of Handsworth, 81, 85, the righteous writing, Babylon facing the music, Rastas, I, Steel Pulse, Handsworth Revolution, school discos, body talk, Broadway School, White Flight, Lozel's Aston Perry Bar, places that forgot time. Dad falls on the street, lying on the hospital table. Dad did not rise. workers poisoned in the factories of post-imperial Fordist death, the machinic recalibration of immigrant souls, invisible traces fold outside, small gestures of love, unity seize the time, in and out of time, Marvin, what's going on? Maze featuring Frankie Beverly, we are one. LKJ told us a long time ago, England is a bitch. The ontological condition of the island race, drowning in a sea of hate, opulence, indifference, St. George soiled in the fakery of deluded grandeur, caught in the banality of a not-so-new world order, built on virtual data and tea at Fortnum and Mason. The syntax of carnival reverie in the now time of joy, undulating movements in the line, the second line, can we feel the heart's arrhythmic pulsations, frequencies resonating the phonic flesh as bacchanal, the heart ripped out, love of inoperative multitude, improvised, inventive, social poetics. The opacity of the undercommons under erasure, for every Grenfell fires burn, ashes to ashes, from Dhaka to Gaza, burning hell. Darwish, alas, it was paradise. We run and round and shout, bass rumblings, open hearts, green heart with love and life, spacing the spaces of nothing, haunted by the verticality of subprime pressure. We fly, fuck, dream, dance, riot, revolt, memories of futures lost in time. Why do you hate when love is all we came with? With the abject labour of whiteness, can you hear the beats of silence? Burning souls, haunted tower, hedging capital, tick, tick. Thank you. This second part of the suburban trilogy. I keep saying that, but there isn't a third one. But anyway, this was a response to actually, some of you may know Azad's wonderful brother Gyan. He's a kind of poet, neurodiverse artist, and one of our own in a way. And his paintings are fantastic. And we went to an exhibition, and this poem was a sort of response to his kind of painting. He lives in Mitcham, as does Azad. For people who don't know, it's in southwest London. No one goes there, but yes. Morden. Sorry, or is it Mitcham? I don't know. Right. It's,
End of the line.
yeah, it's for people in the east. It's another planet, right? Living in Mitcham. Okay, this is the right. Grass verges. This is called railway replacement service. Grass verges lining minds. Small memories locked in difference. Spinning in my head. Curtains twitching. Suburban drift. National history. Last days of the Raj. Bobadon, please. Kingfisher piss water. Drunk across imperial lands. You are one of us, brown as white, flashing colours. I feel through the haze of abstract expressionism, suburban futurism, red marks at night, the terror, white suffocation, white light, commuting without bowler hats, speculating capital, flights of fancy, another runway, no thanks, full English against the swarm, I want my country back, kebab and chips, Paki Taliban, veiled threat, leave the chicken vindaloo, number 93, whizzing framed in my head fragments. His poems had lots of red buses on them. Scattered, boxed out, painting the town red, strokes against the grain, lines of flight, window on the world, through the looking glass, caged out, freedom, shades of blue, Jaipur, red city, Chennai drones, piercing eardrums, Rajasthan Express. I love India, the vibrant colours, the poverty, soul starving to death. Mr. Singh, he's a fine fellow, bus driver, father served in the army, coolie packy. Norman Tebbit failed the cricket test. Would you like some mango chutney with your puke? Going round and round on the South Circular. Korean, or are they Chinese? Buddha of suburbia, Enoch's nightmare. Sufi magic in the hands, chromatic diffusion as resistance. Adorno said so. Whirling dervishes, jet airways, inorganic intellectual in the white cube, breaking it down for the suburban folk. Translucent, righteous waves of deep blue rage, blurred excess of life beyond the frame. Insomnia, words lost in utopia, Uncle Salim's car, escape routes from cul-de-sacs, wrong side of the tracks, fugitive aesthetic still life, post-colonial pop art, Mitchum's Basquiat, multiple photo cells, Brown, Rothko, Warhol in the suburban jungle, nail bars and chicken shops, Bollywood dances in the church hall. Anyone for tennis? Don't mention the B word. Okay. Now there's a couple more. These are my sort of now labelling my Delhi chronicles, but I didn't know that when I first started. The first one's called On the Return to a Foreign Land. The only thing to know is my mother died a few years ago, and she was kind of sort of traditional, but she wanted her ashes, cremated ashes, taken back to India, into the Ganges as a sort of traditional Hindu. And this is for Mum. It's on the return to a foreign land. It's also time with the rise of the BJP and Hindu nationalism, etc. at the same time. It's about 5-6 years ago. Okay, for Mum. Now I become death, the destroyer of worlds. Bhagavad Gita. The ashes rattled in the boot, the dust scattering the receding dawn light, back in the mother country, lost in its mythos, a journey to the source, a return to nothingness, the road cutting a cold industrial landscape, arid horizon populated by waking souls, indifference to the vehicle hurtling to the sacred waters of the Ganga, air reeking of the waste of human existence. Death in the atmosphere, orange shirts stealing a march, hate everywhere, mortal gods on screens selling the future, dancing flesh whiter than white, gundas rampaging, thugs searching for purity, raping as tradition reigns, Bharat rising, speculating on fear, Modi Empire reloaded, emergency nation time, open for business, follow the Brahmins to the camps, holy men in the triumph of the will. Sounds of her last breaths reverberating in my head, my eyes red through the morning haze, Mum smiling, speaking of another country, Birmingham, back in the day, email to the Delhi folks, bygone past, India left shining to another beat of utopia lost, from the impossible life, burning coal in the grey skies of the engine of imperial decline, dreams of escape to the black country. Red sky at night, people struggling, Mao in the jungle, class war, Lal Salam, another Naxalbari imagined. Let the poets run riots, words can kill, the twilight of hope, dust storms gathering across time, haunted by the failures of history. England's dreaming again, time to go, forget the gods, no sacred cows, only polluted rivers, temples to the rich, wretches of the earth losing their mind, daughters of the dust speaking for another world, sounding out, rupturing the flows of empire at the end of our world, the world, Mum. Cute. And my final one, which I've just written, so it's sort of part one of 4 parts, I'll say. Right? It's called. It's in the context of the recent mob violence in Delhi and majority killing of Muslims by Hindu gangs as well as the police. So that's the context. It's called Delhi, an unfinished love story. Bodies float in labyrinthian drains of northeast India, Delhi, toll mans to 46, carnage in Kajuri Khas, Hindu mobs rained the streets, the police silently watched or aided the violence. My father's whole body was burnt and only one leg was recovered. We're not safe, Muslims tell of wave of police brutality. What happened in Delhi was a pogrom. This is our version of the the virus. We are sick. We are sick. We are sick. I can't even say the virus. Anyway, we are sick. That's Andati Roy, the final one. Okay, now me. We waited for each other, hate and fear everywhere, against fate, against the terror, against the suffocation. Time froze. Our suspended love, damned by the rampaging saffron soldiers, purifying the nation. Am I a Muslim, a Hindu, an Indian? Entangled Delhi histories being ripped apart. Can you see my faith? Is this my destiny? Burning fires raged in our hearts. the embers of a unfulfilled love. We wander like Layla and Majnu in the narrow alleyways of a haunted Delhi, the smell of fear on bloody streets. In darkness our eyes meet. In the air of burning flesh we touch. The world stopped, the sounds of the choir floating across centuries and memories. Allahu, Allahu, Allahu. Religious, polytheistic, secular utterances proclaiming love for the infinite. Delhi, an impossible place of impossible dreams, a secret cartography queering, transgressing the deadly calculus of theocratic fascism. Hazrat Nizmuddin, the aberrant soul of the subaltern everyday, unorthodox Sufi love, monkey gods, Persian letters, Urdu vernacular, meet the dialectics of a darker shade of communist joy. Kill us, our love will resist. This is a love story with a happy ending. We'll wait for those fleeting moments when our lips touch. Kill us all. The fractal spectres of another Delhi will return again and again. Too many dead, too much carnage, infinite traces of an undercommons. We shall be together always, an operative community of outsiders, improvised lives, intoxicated, dancing, drinking, singing on the cinders of another world in this world. Guru Dutt's piazzas, our anarchic nihilistic utopia reverberating in our collective memories. Burn it, burn this world, burn it asunder. Take the world away from my sight. The world belongs to you, you keep it. But what will it profit a man if he gain the world? Thank you.